Hello everyone. Today on this lecture we discuss about menstrual cycle. So the menstrual cycle is a cyclic is a series of hormonal changes, the natural occurring hormone productions, and also the change in structure of the uterus and the ovary that leads to that facilitate for the pregnancy. Okay, so why this changes is carried out? This changes is carried out how the pregnancy will be continued, or it facilitate the pregnancy in the female reproductive organs. Okay, or if you say the number, if you count, then it will be from the first day of one cycle to the first day of the second cycle. Okay, that duration is called the menstrual cycle. So average you will see in the age of 12, the menstrual cycle start. So that is called the menarche, and at the age of the 51, the cessation of the cycle will be takes place. That is called the menopause. So from the menarche to menopause, during that reproductive age group, the changes will be takes place. The hormonal changes will be takes place in the female reproductive organ. Okay, these are the general information. Next, we go to the next. We see the menstrual cycle. That is the two phases are there. One is the uterine cycle, another is the ovarian cycle. Let's start discussion from the ovarian cycle. So in female reproductive organ there are the two ovaries are present adjacent to the uterus. Okay, and from the ovary every month one oocyte get matured and it will be released from the ovary, then it will be fertilized with the sperm. Okay, so the journey from the primordial follicle to the rupture of the mature follicle is called the ovarian cycle. Okay, so let's see the ovarian cycle. So first in our ovary, the primordial, the immature oocytes, that is in the form of primordial follicles is present, and it is, you see the oocytes and the outer layer is the flat cells is present. Okay, so this is the primordial follicle. Next, it comes to the develop into the primary follicle. So in primary follicle, there we found the cuboidal cell. This is a cube-like structure you will see in a single layer of cuboidal cell, that is called the primary follicle. Next, secondary follicle. Here the several cuboidal, not single, several cuboidal cells are there, and in the outer layer there the thicker cells are found. Okay, and one of the glycoprotein layer is formed. Okay, this layer is called zona pellucida. Okay. Next, to move on to the tertiary layer, tertiary follicle, you see a vehicle, fluid-filled vehicle that is named as antrum is there. Okay, and now the position of the oocytes is touched towards the corner. Okay, and the thicker cells are also present. Next, move to the Graafian follicle. Okay, mature Graafian follicle. Here, the antrums expand. Okay, it touched to the wall, oocytes touch to the wall, and in the outer basement we will found the thicker externa, and there is a thicker internal cells are there. Okay, so this thicker interna have some hormonal effect. It's help to increase the estrogen level, that will be discussed in the uterine cycle. Okay, so after mature Graafian follicle, when the follicle being matured from the wall, when the wall is ruptured and the matured ovum will be comes out in the abdominal wall. Okay, and you give a look to the female reproductive system. So from the ovary where the mature ovum will release, that it comes to the abdominal wall. Okay, and just to the ovary, near to the ovary, the fimbrial-like structure of the fallopian tube is there. Okay, this is the fallopian tube, and this will receive the matured ovum, and in the fallopian tube it will be stay about 12 to 24 hours. Okay, during that time, if sperm is available, then fertilization will be occur. Very good. If fertilization will not occur, then the ovum will be destroyed. Okay. Let's move to the after release of this if the ovum is released, so some of the blood clots will be seen. This is called the corpus hemorrhagicum, and after release of the matured ovum, its term is corpus luteum. Its color changed to yellow, but I have made red color. According to the Latin word, the luteum means yellow color. Okay, so it is called corpus luteum form, and the corpus luteum have two hormones, that is called the progesterone and the estrogen. Okay, as the pregnancy continue, when the fertilization will be takes place, then the implantation occur. Okay, and there secretion of the chorionic HCG, chorionic gonadotrophic hormone will be found, and that will be found in the urine test. Okay, in urine test we will find, to check the positive pregnancy test will done due to the presence of the human chorion. So due to the presence of human chorionic gonadotrophic hormone, that gives signal to the corpus luteum to stay, means to persist there. Okay, and it will provide what? Progesterone and estrogen, because it will be maintained. Progesterone is the pregnancy hormone. It will maintain the pregnancy. How much it will be provide the progesterone? Until the placenta will be developed. Okay, suppose no fertilization will be occur. Okay, then what happen? This is the uterine wall. If fertilization will be not occur, the ovum will be in the fallopian tube. Okay, then the corpus luteum degenerate in the remnant form, that is called the corpus albicans. So in Latin word, albicans means which? Means white. So in there is no secretory hormone, it's not secret any hormones. Okay, so then suddenly the progesterone level and the estrogen level comes down. Okay, and as it's come down, what happen? The shedding will be take place. Shedding means it will be comes down. All the blood clots and the blood vessels, that will be comes out in form of blood through the vagina, and that is called the menstrual phase. Okay, so we will understand about the ovarian phase. Let's move up to uterine cycle. So uterine cycle, this is the from the first day of one cycle to the first day of the second cycle. So first day to day 7, we are considering the menstrual phase. During 4 to 5 days, bleeding will be take place, and after 5, the bleeding will be scanty. The bleeding is due to what? Fall in progesterone and estrogen level, because corpus luteum degenerate to what? Albican. So the progesterone level will be decreased. So the menstrual phase bleeding will be start. And from the 7 to 14, that is about 10 days. Okay, during that time, what happened? The again rebuild of the endometrium will be takes place. Okay, first shedding will be takes place. Next rebuild, or new blood vessels will be generate from there, or proliferate. Always new blood vessels will be start from there. Okay, and this is called the proliferative phase. Proliferative means thickening. Okay, the wall become thickened. So I have made the picture. It's become thickened. The wall become, the blood vessels thickened, and the spiral arteries. You see the spiral artery, resupply of the spiral arteries are there. Okay, and it will continue up to that is 13. Okay, this is called the proliferative phase, and this the proliferation is takes place due to the estrogen. So where does estrogen come? Okay, that is the question. Because estrogen come because when the Graafian follicle is made to in the tertiary level or in the secondary level, in the mature form, there we discuss the term the theca interna. Yes, the theca interna have some is playing a major role. I have told this. What is the major role? Because theca interna has the receptor, is a luteinizing hormone receptor. Okay, so it convert the theca interna convert the cholesterol into androgens. Okay, it's convert the cholesterol into androgens, and this androgen it's diffused to the granulosa cells, because granulosa cells, these are the cuboid cells, that is the granulosa cells, and a granulosa cell there is an enzyme is present, that is called the achromatase. Okay, achromatase, and this enzyme convert the androgens into estrogen. Okay, due to the estrogen, then proliferation will be takes place. Okay, the proliferation, thickening of the wall or the rebuild of the endometrium will be takes place. Okay, So at the time, certain time is there when the estrogen level come to a certain level. So it gives brain a positive feedback. Okay, and the anterior pituitary secrete large amount of luteinizing hormone. Okay, suddenly the luteinizing hormone level will be increases. So estrogen level will be in a certain level and the luteinizing hormone will be increases. Due to the effect of luteinizing hormone, the Graafian follicle, the wall of the Graafian follicle, what will be weaken, so that the mature ovum will be released. Okay, so this release of mature ovum, that is called the ovulation. Okay, so the ovulation takes place. After ovulation, the Graafian follicle turns into the luteum, corpus luteum. So corpus luteum secretes two hormones, progesterone and the estrogen. Progesterone is the pregnancy. We consider that it is a pregnancy hormone. So this phase from the 16 day of 16 to 28 we called that is luteal phase, or you said the secretory phase, because the progesterone and estrogen is secreting. Okay, and these hormones maintaining, preparing for the implantation of the what? Maintaining the bed for implantation. Okay, if sperm will be available, then fertilization occur is very good. Then pregnancy will be continue. If sperm is not there, then the level will the corpus luteum turn into albicans, and suddenly the progesterone and the estrogen level will be decreases. Okay, and that leads to what? That will be stimulate the prostaglandins, and prostaglandins the contract the uterine wall, then bleeding will be start. Okay, so these two things are being understood, the what is ovarian cycle and what is uterine cycle. Let's see the hormonal changes, how the hormonal changes. So I already discussed there are four hormones is there. One is the follicle stimulating hormone, another is the luteinizing hormone, they are secreting from the anterior pituitary, and the two hormones called the progesterone and the estrogen, that is from the ovary. Okay, so first we'll talk about the follicle stimulating hormone. So initially no follicle stimulating hormone. From the follicular phase or the proliferative, the follicle stimulating hormone, the follicle stimulating hormone will be increases. Okay, and it will be increased, and after maturation of the follicle, okay, the follicle stimulating hormone will decrease and it will be fall. Okay, to the end of the 28 it becomes fall. Next, we'll discuss about the luteinizing hormone. The luteinizing hormone, initially the luteinizing hormone is in less amount, okay, as the proliferation start. Okay, we will talk the proliferation the follicular phase, the mature follicle, the theca interna, they will release the estrogen due to the presence of luteinizing hormone receptor is there. That's why the progesterone will be increases. So due and the progesterone give a feedback to the anterior pituitary, and sorry the estrogen give a feedback to the anterior pituitary, then that will secrete the luteinizing hormone. So this is the luteinizing hormone. Initially there is no level, suddenly it's make a what? Mountain peak. Okay, so this is called the luteinizing hormone surge. Okay, and after ovulation it will be fall, and it will be fall to the 28 day. Next, move to the estrogen level. So estrogen level, initially estrogen and the progesterone fall. That's why bleeding will be start. So estrogen is fall, and suddenly, okay, already discussed, the estrogen will be increased, and to a certain point it will give to the signal to the brain to seek the luteinizing. Then estrogen again after ovulation it become fall, and when the luteal phase start, corpus luteum secrete the progesterone and estrogen. Again, the rise of the estrogen will be takes place. So in the cycle, there are in the 2 points the estrogen level will be increasing. First, just before the ovulation. Second, in the luteal phase. Then it's fall down. Then menstrual phase will be start. Next to the progesterone will be very less. In the initial, there is the progesterone level is very low. Progesterone level is very low, and when the luteal phase will be start, then the progesterone level will become up. If no pregnancy, then again progesterone level comes down. Okay, so these are the hormonal changes that will be naturally occurring in the cycle. Okay, and do simultaneously as the hormonal changes is going on, there also ovarian change is carried out, and then some in the uterine changes will be carried out. Okay, I hope you understand the menstrual cycle. Thank you for watching. Please keep on subscribing.